Everybody, it's Max McAllister from Traction Dynamics. Believe it or not, there's going to be part 3 of checking your oil level on your Honda Goldwing. There was a whole bunch of confusion and a lot of people talking about showing different pictures on the internet of how they were able to have oil show on their dipstick on their 2018 Honda Goldwing even after it had sat overnight. You know, then there were other users who said there's no oil on my dipstick when I let it sit overnight. And I put a post up on the GL1800 Riders forum, and after 13 pages of people telling you how you're supposed to check, how they think you should be checking your oil, they missed the point of my video in the first place, which was it's really important to follow the Honda procedure because this motorcycle is different than preceding motorcycles. That's the point. So get your owner's manual out, read the procedure, and follow it. Follow it precisely or you won't get the right results. But now, past that, when people were following the procedure, we were, like I said, we were getting people with some showing oil on their dipstick after it sat overnight and others that weren't. And I saw photos on that, people posted photos on that forum, and I looked at them, I'm like, yeah, there's oil on that dipstick. And after about 12 pages of that, I finally caught my eye and that someone had mentioned that they looked on the Honda Microfiche and there was 2 dipsticks. And the first person sort of speculated that, or one was for bikes with center stands and one was without. But we pulled up all the models and it turns out that there are 2 dipsticks, one for 6-speed manual shift transmissions and one for DCTs. So it looks like we're seeing double here. Our local rider Bob Weatherford stopped by with his wing today to test drive our bike, and we pulled out dipsticks, and here's the surprise. So what people are posting is on it, this is a DCT, it's longer than the 6-speed. And in fact, if you line up the heads precisely, even the marks don't align. The actual marks are not in the same locations. They're off by about 3 millimeters, maybe 4. The DCT dipstick is easily 12 millimeters longer, maybe more. But so DCT owners who leave their bike set overnight, come out and check the oil in the morning, show oil on their dipstick to right about here. So that's why 6-speed owners pull their dipstick out and there's no oil. So if you were to actually kind of overlap the dipsticks, DCTs will show some oil when absolutely cold. These 6-speeds won't. However, again, the marks aren't even in the same location. So very important to follow the procedure for your bike. Don't get too caught up in what other people say on the internet, and you know, I highly recommend you don't listen to, well, here's how I do it and I recommend this and that. Make sure you follow the Honda recommended procedure for your specific model of bike and do it the way they say. We did some experiments, and other people did experiments too, about bikes on center stands or not on center stands, and nobody could detect any difference in whether the bike was level or slightly nose down because it's on the center stand. That didn't matter. And then probably the most common suggestion for if you're all alone and need to do it by yourself is just to pull your bike up on the, go ahead and unscrew the dipstick, leave it in the bore of the hole, stand your bike up to check it yourself. Give it a moment to settle there and put it back. So, on our manual it said run the bike for, until it was basically at operating temperature. Then it specifically says let it rest 2 to 3 minutes and then check the dipstick. So you can unscrew it, clean the stick while it's on the side stand, set it back in the hole, and just balance it up by yourself for a moment. That'll get you your reading, and then you can tilt it back and take your reading off of your bike. So and check your level that way. And one important thing I'll say, or I probably said it confusing in my first video, this all of the procedures for this bike say do not screw the dipstick in. So they've had all kinds of variances of that over the years. On this particular bike, do not screw the dipstick in. So anyway, that's kind of another interesting twist to the tale of how to check the oil on a 2018 Goldwing. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll have more videos coming soon.